Spikers, and welcome to another episode of Meet the Queen. Yeah, I still gotta figure out how to do that properly. Anyway, sorry for how I look right now. Trey came over and he tried to kill me, and he got a little rough. I didn't even have time to clean up afterwards. I'm sorry, guys. Anywho, for this week's episode of Meet the Queens, I would like for you guys to meet the incredible Glass Stain.
Oh, hi. My name is GlassCast. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Connecticut. Don't come here. It's really boring and there's nothing to do. Ever.
Is going to do this. Now let's get on with the questions. First question, how did you come up with your name? It is a very unique name. It's almost like the new age of young queen names.
Well, my name comes from Alice Glass, the past lead vocalist of my favorite band, Crystal Castles. And then Stain comes from A, stained glass, and B, just the word stain, meaning like something dirty and gross, and that's really just like, I try to incorporate that into my drag, if that makes sense. I like being like not pretty and kind of like fucked up. So that's why I chose the last name Stain, and I added an E at the end because Glass Stain without the E at the end just looked really ugly. So I added an E, but I feel like a lot of people think my drag name comes from the trend of teen queen names, where everyone was like, oh girl, look at that random object, that's my drag name, Hanny. But no, there's a meaning.
Question number 2, what is your favorite piece of makeup?
Probably my OCC Cosmetics Pure Pigment, and I think it's just called white. It's literally right here. We're just using it. It's a really great pigment. It's super pigmented, and I use it to set under my eye, the white part under my eye, and it works great, and I love it. I also use it to highlight my brow bone too, so I love it. It literally changed my drag.
Question number 3. What is your favorite lip sync number you have done? Ever, competition, performance, yada yada.
Well, I don't perform yet. I actually have a show coming up. I don't know if by the time this is edited and everything, if it's gonna be, if I would have performed yet, but, so I haven't really performed, so I don't have a favorite lip sync number that I've done, unless you, count for competitions. For a competition, I guess it would be, Drag Showdown Season 1, Week 2, where I was lip syncing against Kat. I think I did really good. I mean, I sat in her home, so, I must have did pretty good.
Okay. Question 4. What is your favorite lip sync number you have ever seen?
Okay, so I'm a real big fan of Aja doing Look at Me Now, that rap song. And actually, I take that back. Hold on. Mayhem Miller, that laughing track. Girl. Hi. That was insane. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's honestly amazing. That changed my life. Tea.
Okay, I'll have to check that out later. Question 5. What is your favorite look you have ever done? Now, I know you're mostly a competition queen so far, So I want to know, like, what was your favorite look ever?
You know, it's hard to say what my favorite look is. I feel like um, as a drag queen and as just above anything else an artist, I feel that I am like kind of constantly unsatisfied with my work. Not necessarily in the moment, but I feel like you know, I'm looking at this look that I did now. I'm like, bitch, yes, I look good, but I feel like, you know, the next look that I do, I'll look back at this and I'll be like, hold on, clock that. This needs to be fixed about that. So I always like critique myself. So it's really hard to say a favorite look. What seems to be everyone's favorite look by the amount of like likes and interactions I have on Instagram seems to be the one where I just got my like big yellow wig, and I was wearing like the harness and like a lace skirt thing. People really seem to like that one, but it's hard for me to put a finger on like my favorite.
The wigs. I always find it interesting to realize that most people don't, and I'm just like, why wouldn't, like, to me it's like it's the best way to remember things. So do you name your wigs?
I do not name my wigs. I really should. I've had her literally since I not started drag. This is my first wig though. This is my first wig. And she's holding up. I mean, she's a little ratty, but I mean, she's holding up. I don't think she looks that bad. But yes, this is my first wig actually. So this is like a year or more. No, like probably around a year old. Funny story actually. I can't really like wear this wig like on my hairline anymore because I was putting it up into a ponytail. That's clockable. Don't look at that. I was putting it up into a ponytail, and when I was taking it out, the lace ripped. So I'm like, okay, bitch. So that happened, and I was very, very upset. But I can just wear it as a ponytail now. It's a really cunt ponytail. So I'm okay with it.
One makeup tip. Because as you know, some of the people watching this might be new queens or people trying to even start out in the makeup world. So what would be your number one tip?
My number one makeup tip. Okay, I think that if this is aimed towards like beginner queens, I feel like if someone gives you advice, take it. Take the advice. Especially if it's an older queen or a queen who's been doing drag for longer than you, take the advice. Because I know a lot of beginner queens kind of have this attitude where it's like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, I look good. And, you know, you're never going to improve that way. So, just my one drag tip would be just to take people's advice on what you can improve and try to improve that.
Now, very serious question. What got you started in drag? Because I always find this question, this one the most like revealing of the person, because then it shows a lot about the person's character and everything. So what did get you started?
What got me into drag? The first queen I ever saw was Sharon Needles. I thought she was fucking out of this world. I still think she's out of this world. Still my favorite queen to this day. I was like, whoa, like what the fuck is this? Like this is like crazy. Me as like a 12, 11-year-old. And you know, I tried doing it, but I didn't really understand what drag was back then. So to me, drag was like a powder foundation, some eyeliner, and like a lip gloss, and like you were set. So I did that for like a good like few weeks. Like it wasn't long lived at all. But then I just kind of admired drag, and you know, I never really like thought about it. until I met a very good friend of mine, Petty Spaghetti, or otherwise she was known as Sin back then. But yes, I met her on a on a dating app. Was good, girl, and she's really the one who kind of like sparked me into doing drag again. And honestly, I'm pretty confident in saying that if I didn't meet her, I probably wouldn't have gotten into drag. Like personally doing drag. I don't know. Yeah, I was very inspired by her. She had a very distinct look, and I appreciated it. And I was like, hey, girl, like I want to do that too. So, she really helped. She really helped me realize that that's what I wanted to do.
You have done a bit of a transformation of yourself from a more standard idea of what drag is, and by that I mean like not to say basic, but more like, you know, this is my makeup, this is my style, hope you like it, to a more campy, fierce, and somewhat dragula, if you ask me, style. So which side would you say has been more fun for you to do?
Well, I didn't really view the drag I did before as like standard. If you remember me from like months and months and months ago when I first started, like going back to a year and a half ago, I did over exaggerated everything. I had eyeliner up to here on my brow bone. I had these huge lips. I had the harshest, I mean, I still do have harsh contour, but I had the harshest contour, and like not cute either. And then I kind of, I hopped off that. I was like, no, this isn't making me happy anymore. Like, this isn't what I want to do. But I wouldn't say that my drag is standard. Because I do think I have a different kind of edge to my look. And I just don't think, as like cocky as this might sound, I don't know. I just don't think I'm like, I don't think I fit into like a certain type of queen. I think I'm my own creation, and but definitely now, and I do love doing kind of like weird, spooky, like shit like that. Because I've always been into that. I love horror. I love things that shock you and things that make you think and question things. I love stuff like that. So I do love incorporating that into my drag. But I'll always be content with being like the rebellious, punky girl.
Don't know. She has now competed twice in a YouTube competition series called Drag Showdown. And if there are any, can you please name some like comparisons between your season 2 sisters and your season 1 sisters?
Yes. So season 1 and season 2 are very different, actually. I noticed that the season 2 queens, at least on my end, were less like tight knit. We, again, at least on my end, I'm sorry, girl, but like to all of you, but I don't feel as close as I do with them as I felt with the season 1 girls. And so in a way I do, I off topic, but I do feel like kind of like an underdog type of thing. Where like all these girls are friends, and like I'm friends with them, but I just feel out of place, you know what I mean? When I feel like season 1 is like my home, if that makes sense. But basically me and the season 1 girls were much more close. We were just closer.
Who have been some of your people to compete with? And on the same note, who have been your least? Because let's face it, everybody is not going to get along. So, like, I want to get a little bit of bitchy cattiness in, because we are queens after all. Yes.
Some of my favorite people to compete with is actually Catastrophe. We've been in a couple competitions together, and we always lip sync against each other. It's bound to happen anytime. Competing against Crystal is always amazing. I think we've only been in like two competitions together, but it's always a good time. We help each other out. Me, Cat, and Crystal help each other out. So it's always great competing with them. Other than that, I don't really know of any like regular queens that I compete with. It's hard to say. I think that maybe certain people don't mesh well for multiple reasons. And I don't know, it's just hard to say. And honestly, I can't even remember half of the people I competed with, to be honest, so...
Thirdly, possibly auditioning for Tumblr's Drag Race.
I have thought about doing Tumblr's Drag Race. I just find no shade, but I just find the layout very confusing. I've tried to, look at past seasons, a couple times. I'm just like, where am I? I don't, I can't keep up with it. But, I've thought about it. I think it'd be really fucking cool, and it's a great outlet. So, I would, yeah.
New season of RuPaul's Drag Race is on the way and airing. Who, as of right now, are your top 3? I would have to say mine now that James is gone, because James was in my top 3 before. It'd have to be who did I even originally say? Oh yeah, I was Charlie Hides. I want to say Peppermint was in my original 3, and now I do have to add Ms. Valentina.
Alright, so for top 3 for Drag Race, originally, I think I said Farrah, Alexis Michelle, and someone else. Oh, Shea Coulee. Now, I definitely think Nina will be top 3. I can see by the way they're editing her, and, you can tell. I don't know if anyone else is picking up on it, but you can definitely tell that there's going to be a storyline with her, and I think that's a great potential for top 3. Who else do I think for top 3? I do take back my Alexis Michelle comment, because she's really not standing out for me. Unfortunately, I think she's amazing, and I'm really rooting for her, and I want her to do great, but she's just not standing out to me at the current moment. Who else do I think could make top 3? Shea Coulee, obviously. I think she will make top 3. So Shea, Nina, and I don't know. I think the popular vote is Aja, but Aja's doing good. I don't know. It's only episode 2. It's hard to say. But yeah, those 2.
Okay, thank you guys once again for thank you once again, Glass, for agreeing to do this. It's been really great to interview you and hear some of your answers for these questions. They're a little surprising. Some of them were a little surprising for me, in all honesty, but at the same time, I'm happy we got to do this.
It was great talking to you. Thank you for having me. And just good luck and everything. And just thank you. Bye.
So for you guys who don't know, Glass actually has a podcast on SoundCloud. I'll double check with her to make sure she wants me to link you guys it, but I'm just saying it right now, just in case, because that way when I go to edit, it will already be there. So go check that out. Hopefully, I'll put all her links in the description below. Go follow her on whatever links are down there. I'll have to double check with her to see which ones she wants me to give and which ones not to, because at the end of the day, I'm doing this for her, so it's up to her if she wants them out there or not. Yada yada yada. Bing bang boom. Yay! Anyway, go check out. Forgive me. It's like fucking 3 a.m. I've got zero sleep, like I normally do when I do Meet the Queens. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching this. I'll see you all next time. Good luck, my Sapphire critters.